Welcome to What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This is part 2 of our Goblin Quest one-shot, so make sure you've listened to the first part before continuing on with this episode. To briefly recap, Lucy, Dean and I are in the middle of our Goblin Quest, filled with high stakes and even higher death rates. After eventually succeeding in gaining the Goblin King's permission to keep a found kitten, our Goblin heroes have marched forth onto the next stage of the quest, finding a birthday gift for Granny Goblin. So far, they have managed to get to the human village and have found various sources of the colour blue, but unfortunately they seem to have rather upset the human shoppers, and once again utter chaos has ensued. When a goblin attempts to do something, they have to roll a 6-sided die, or a d6, and compare the results to the Doing Things table. A 1 or a 2 results in an injury, and if a goblin gets 2 injuries, they die and are replaced by their successor. If they get a 3, something bad happens, and the next goblin to act gets a -1 to their roll. Similarly, getting a 4 results in something good happening, and the next goblin to act gets a +1 to their roll. A 5 or a 6 counts as a success, and the difficulty rating of the current stage goes down by 1. Once the difficulty rating has reached 0, that stage is now complete. Goblin Quest was created by Grant Howat, and once again I can highly recommend you checking out Grant's Patreon, www.patreon.com/GSHowat. One last thing before we begin, naturally there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day we all make mistakes, and what matters most is that we all enjoy ourselves. And with that all done, let's get back to Goblin Quest.
And whilst I'm down in the sewers, I come across some new chums. Yeah, these rats who say I'm very tall for a goblin. And I'm like, I know, I'm the black sheep goblin of the clutch. And they're like, okay, blah, blah, blah. We have a good chat for like 2 minutes. And then he says, I knows where you can get some blue. And I'm like, brilliant, you show me the way to blue. And they shows me into the back of this van. And it says something like, pest control on it. And they go, look, all these blue pellets. And I'm like, sweet, Granny Goblin loves blue pellets. But I got to try some first because, you know, she's got an icky tummy and they're like, you do that. So I'm not using 2 dice. Am I getting 2 dice?
Yeah.
How so?
Because you mentioned how very tall you were.
I did, yes.
And they commented upon this thing.
They did, okay. I was going to say, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this.
You get a +1 as well.
I get a +1?
Yep.
That's still an injury, and a 4, so
something good happens.
For an injury. Well, turns out the blue pellets were bad for icky stomachs. I vomit all over myself, very similar to how it happened in previous, like the day before. And every so often, I still have to be sick at opportune and inappropriate moments. But now I know that Granny Goblin probably would not like the blue pellets. And I get out and I rejoin my friends and I tell them to stay away from those stupid rats and do not trust the blue pellet stuff. So currently we have a blue iPhone,
yep,
a pot of blue,
yep,
and a blue hat.
Yeah,
I do say, like, in stage 2 we are stealing the gifts, so I'm hoping that something else can happen in that. We always seem to have a pile of gifts already.
Yes.
Okay.
These won't be as good as the one we're going to steal.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just window shopping.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, Lucy, we still have 1 more victory to get. What are we going to do? And you get a +1 to your rolls, because I've managed to surmise that the blue pellets are not good for us.
I like sweeties. Sweeties are nice. I sees a candy store thing in the middle of the shopping centre. I want the pretty sweeties. I sees blue. I want to eat the blue. I want all the blue.
So what are you doing? Are you just going to rush in and grab as much
I'm going to rush in and I'm going to put a lot in my mouth and then that'll help. That'll help everyone. I won't swallow. I'll just hold it in my mouth.
Oh no.
So pretty.
I'm gonna choke. roll 2d6. Please, love. Please.
6 and 3.
6 and 3. Plus 1.
Plus 1.
Yeah.
Excellent. So that.
So something good happens and a success,
We've
which
done
is the
it,
final
yes.
success.
Alright, describe your
Yay.
success, Lucy, and something good that passes over.
Tastes so lovely in my mouth. I can feel it on my tongue and it feels so nice. But I take some out of my mouth and then I show them. She thinks that it's perfect gift for Granny.
Oh, what? They're not supposed to be here. Yes, this is perfect! Grandma will love this!
She loves it. But it's a bit naughty because I didn't pay for them.
Oh, now we're going to have to actually steal it.
Yes, so we're currently still in the sweet shop. I
Yeah.
guess we've all congregated.
But they're in
Sounds
my
good.
mouth.
They are in your mouth.
So we're free difficulty, Dean.
Okay.
Describe what you're going to do.
What? Blue in one hand, blue in the other hand, I enter the sweet shop, in which I see my comrade in arms, mouth full of blue. However, I noticed that the shopkeeper has also noticed the mouthful of blue. I immediately wave my hands in a magical gesture to distract and confuse him, that we might make our escape.
Oh, brilliant. 2d6, please, for the love of God.
Ah, two.
Did you not get... Did you do a +1 before?
You got a success.
Yeah, I got a
There's
success.
one injury, though, and then one...
And then one
something
bad thing happened.
Yeah,
So I had
yeah,
a good thing happen and
Right.
success.
yeah, so you have the injury, and
Yeah.
then yeah, something bad, and I get -1 to that. So describe
Okay.
your injury. Oh my God.
Whirling about! I attempt to distract the shopkeeper. However, apparently the blue doesn't have a lid on it.
Oh no.
And the blue gets right in my eyes. Oh no, and now I can't see. Blundering about, the blue gets all over my body. And I am wrapped in sweeties from head to toe. None of them are blue.
Oh, bugger.
What was something bad from that? Is that...
That's something bad, is that I'm now wrapped up in
I
sweets.
love how
And covered in
What's
glue.
bad? What is bad?
And the injury is that I've got glue in my eyes.
Excellent, perfect. So mark that off. 6. How am I going to fix this? Arms go up. Okay. So I sees all this happens. I see Love go in and eats all the sweets. Doesn't choke. Good for her. I see the other Watts hit themselves with the pot and cover themselves with like some sort of demented lollipop, like dirty all sorts kind of creature. Big distraction. But I think, as I'm very good at not blending in, being tall for a goblin, I think I will stand and go, "Oh look, I'm the goblin! Look at me!" Hoping that the other goblins will run away and get out of there stealing the stuff. That's
A 5 and a 1.
but it's a minus, wasn't it? So like
Yeah, I had something bad
so
happen.
technically a 0 is 2 injuries.
Oh no. Use
But
the
I
hat.
would have died anyway, so it's fine. So
No, use the hat to do a reroll. Use the hat.
Use the hat.
all right. As they get closer to me, I feel the end is nigh. So I put on me hats. And even creates more distractions. I will roll again.
Mine, she looks canny in the hat, doesn't she?
Looks like a really angry Mary Poppins.
That's a 1 and a 3.
Yeah, which is actually
I
a
am
0 and a
actually
2. You're really, really dead. Horrifically dead.
Okay, so what? They're not supposed to be here. Really wasn't supposed to be here. Look, I'm a goblin standing on the sweet counter. All the humans and the half-elves and the other elves go, "Ah, dirty goblin! Hit it! And they just hit it with the, what's the thing they use to making toffee? Those sort of weird paddle things in old-fashioned sweet shops. They just bash poor Wat to death. The last thing Wat sees is a paddle coming down, covered in taffy. But it's blue taffy. So he dies happy.
You've got a lot of
properly
injuries.
dead. I am properly dead. Excellent. Back to Love.
You.
I go over and I lick the blue taffy. It's so tasty. It reminds me of the chocolate that I had before. So what I do is I take some of the blue taffy, I peel it off. That'll be nice. And then I bring it over to my friends.
Okay, so you're just stealing the taffy.
As well.
Excellent. I love it.
We've got to get
Always
something
chaos.
blue out of the store.
Everything chaos. You're just like, fuck it, it's mine now.
I'm gonna have the taffy.
Alright, 2d6.
Especially as it's covered in goblin.
Yeah.
Oh, goblin blue blood. Yeah, that's what it is.
2 and a 1.
You're dead as well. You swallowed, didn't you?
Had so much of it in my mouth, and my gag reflex can only work so far. I had too much.
As you just take it, I'll just keep eating it.
I died happy.
Dean, back to you. Still no success in the sweet shop. We're going to get blue free.
Okay. Well, covered in blue, stuck to everything,
Oh my god, you've got...
I attempt to peel myself off of the display. In the process, I notice more blue sweets.
Yeah.
So I roll my body over them in attempt to stick them to me too. I will make the perfect gift for Granny.
2d6, go for it.
That's a 2 and a 5.
Okay, so 5
5 is a success.
Yep, and then 2 is an
2 is an injury.
Jesus Christ.
Rolling over, I managed to cover myself into blue sweets. This is a very good thing, I think. Then I carry on rolling into the hot toffee, which sticks to me.
Oh no.
Not so good, I think. And it's not blue. I burn somewhat.
Arms in the Enters third goblin of not supposed to be here clan, Wen. And you can hear Wen coming by the squeaky boots. Like was running far behind, went to collect some other blue stuff, but saw the chaos happening in the sweet shop. Sees Paul Watt, who was previously named after Wen's brother, rolling around, sees a lot of dead goblin corpses. Sees utter pandemonium with the humans and the half-elf shopkeeper, but sees at the top of the counter the biggest blue lollipop Wen has ever seen. Oh, he's going to get that for Granny Goblin. Fuck these other goblins. I's got to be the best granddaughter ever. So, using my squeaky boots, which can help me climb things because they're squeaky and that's how it works in Goblin work. Wen's gonna parkour over all the sweet candy and grab the biggest blue lollipop. This is gonna... That's a 1. That's a 3, that's only bad. Okay. Wen breaks one of her ankles parkouring over the sweet counter.
Squeak them. Squeak them. Squeak them. Squeak them.
And there's a moment where they're in slow motion, and the greasy goblin thing scrapes against the blue lollipop, but then falls on top of the half-elven shopkeeper, who screams, I definitely know that Wen is there. Lucy.
So that's an injury and a -1.
Yes, you got -1 to your rolls now. Remember,
So-
you still have your hat though.
Yeah, but because you're a new goblin now.
I am the German goblin. My name is 9, and I will help you all. Should I wear the hat or not? Should I?
Up to you. What are you planning to do? What are you going to do?
Well, I mean, they've all fucked up rather a lot, really, haven't they? So it's quite hard for me to rescue, but I can try to get the blue lolly. I think I shall make my way to it. I mean, now that you, Ven? You've now got the broken ankle, so I will try and succeed to doing what you failed to do.
Excellent. That's a 2d6, but remember, it's a -1 to your rolls.
That does not matter to the Germans.
Jesus.
It's a 3 and a 1.
You just died.
That's straight away!
For God's sake, put the hat on.
I wear the hat. I want to wear the hat. Okay, I
Right.
roll the dice.
Really Re-roll the dice.
Please, come on.
Come on!
2 victories, come on. Oh.
4 and 1. No, 4 and 4.
That's 2. That's 3 and 3, isn't it?
Yes, that's 3 and 3. That's something bad happens twice, so that will be a -2 to your...
I mean, oh no! I tripped and I went straight into the lollipop of which I ate. But then it went all over me and it was sad and I'm sticky and I'm not very happy.
Oh.
So I'm picking myself up off the floor. Well, I'm peeling myself up off of the floor. And it hurts. It stings, I can tell you. But I see the big lollipop everybody is after. Conveniently, there is a pile of goblin bodies and the shopkeeper, like a ladder leading all the way up. So, I wave my hands again, summoning my magic, and levitate up, not using the goblin bodies at all, because I don't need them.
Oh no, what's a -2 to your brother?
I know. Goodbye, Death 1.
Oh!
A 5 and a 1, so 3, which is a bad thing happens,
that's
and
so
minus
annoying.
it. Yeah, because you gave me a -2. Thanks, world. Yeah, and I die.
Yeah.
I proceed to deftly levitate while my legs move and my feet touch the ground, clambering up the bodies of the goblins who have gone before me. I see the lollipop. I reach for the lollipop. My feet are stuck somewhere behind me. Oh no! I flick around, sending hot toffee back all over the store, hitting everybody in sight. Falling backwards, I hear the wet snap of my legs. Oops, that's not good, I say, before I land on the counter. And the rest of the sweet shop falls on top of me.
Oh god! The whole sweet shop collapsed.
All of the shelves. The lollipop is still up there.
Of course it is. It's not going to make it any easier for me. Wow, what a right turn up for the books this has been. We're still in the sweet shop. Thankfully, it seems that the half-elven bloke seems to be covered in taffy and hot whatever it is, so cannot currently move or hurt me. Super. I look behind me, it's fucking chaos. Shelves are down, there's plenty of fire going in the background, people are screaming, but the blue lollipop stays high above with the fire surrounding it. I rub my hands together, I click my squeaky boots, I rush towards it with a broken ankle.
Squeak thump, squeak thump, squeak thump.
And I grab the lollipop, defiant, and my fate. 6 and 4, -1, so that's 5 and 3, so
it's a success.
Success.
Which is what we...
Which is good, which is what we needed.
Yes.
Yay!
So only one more success, and something bad happens. So I grabs the lollipop, it comes free from its moorings, although it's not a ship, but I don't, it's fine, I got hit. But as I turn, it was clearly like a supporting beam of the shop. And along with the shelves, the whole place starts to collapse. Reverend, get out! We've done it! We're going to steal the lollipop!
How many successes have we got, by the way? Is that the first one?
2.
Oh, 2. Oh, good.
We've got one more.
One more to get.
Oh my goodness. So I shall lead you to victory. I shall put myself in front. So you can go behind me and I will lead you out of the shop.
Roll.
6 and a 5.
Yay!
So success. We finally complete the stage.
It's a death trap that is a sweet shop.
And something good happens as well. So describe the victory and describe something good that happens.
I lead you all out to victory, and then you raise me up on your shoulders, and it is absolutely fantastic. It is wunderbar.
You get a +1 to your roll. Do you? I have no idea why. But you do.
Yeah. Inspired.
Everyone shares the glory.
Okay. The final stage of this very long-ass quest is to get to the party on time. We've now got all the blue items, it seems, of this village. I think the village is just in fucking ruins by this point. So describe how we're going to get to the party. And describe it, how are we going to do this?
So Hay comes along, his panicked eyes looking around wildly. What time is it? How long have we been in this sweet shop? He looks around. He realises he can't tell the time. He doesn't have a watch and he can't read. But it's probably a good idea to hurry. He runs off randomly, hoping it's the right direction to Granny's. It probably will be. What could possibly go wrong?
Lily was not there for the screenshot prize.
Yeah, he missed the whole thing.
You get a +1 as well.
Oh, I need it, but I've still killed myself.
Oh my god.
Can I use the hat straight away? It is a new goblin.
So that would have been a 2-2.
Yeah.
Using the hat.
Using the hat. Here we go.
I used the hat to help your way to get to Granny's.
My panicked eyes lead me randomly around, running about wreckage. Immediately, I see a large beam heading towards me. I'm going to knock my own head off, I think, as I run randomly. However, the hat slips down over my eyes, blinding my panicked eyes, and I veer off. Hopefully in the right direction.
Come on. That's a 3 and
Yep, +1.
+1.
So it's a 4 and a 5. So it's a success.
And something good happens. Yes! Alright.
Strangely, I am pulled in a random direction that just happens to be a very familiar road. I think Granny lives somewhere down here. Or at least it leads out of the town with all the humans. That's a good first step.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Well done.
Yes. Alright. Back to when with those squeaky boots. So, still broken ankle. Following A, but limping slightly behind, but with the picking up the blue hat and the blue pot and the various other garbles, like basically just covered herself and stuff, ready to be presented to Granny. Follows A down this road, but they come to a very scary forest, and then through the forest there is a bridge. Now Wen has heard of this scary bridge and has heard of a story called Three Biddy Goblins Gruff. And knows that we gotta be careful going over this bridge, because we could be eaten by the big ugly troll underneath. So, by not blending in and not listening to the stories, Wen is going to use her squeaky boots to draw the attention of the troll and let her friends go, but obviously giving the presents to her friends before being eaten to her. Wait, was it?
3 and a 5.
Yeah, 3 and a 5. Was that plus anything?
Yes.
So it's a plus.
So it's +1.
So that's 4. So, yes, we get a success.
Another success. Whoa.
Nice one.
And something good happens.
Hey!
It's like good things just keep happening if good things happen.
So, always goes across, and it's like a Shakespearean play. So,
I'm just wondering which Shakespeare play that was.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's definitely Hamlet.
Trolley-o, wherefore art thou trolley-o? I recite the play from the great old Goblin Shakespeare, which clearly came into being about 3 days ago. I read it attentively, but thankfully the troll was soothed by my soothing tones as a goblin, and my friends passed. Either that, or there wasn't a troll underneath the bridge. We didn't bother to check, but it's all good. So we're all super hyped and motivated to carry on to Granny's.
Oh my god. Where do I go from here? Would we? I shall try to see.
You could say we're already at the party and we're trying
to give the gift to Granny.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, after the success then of the troll under the bridge, we have found the party. But now I do not know where Granny is, so...
That's not your Granny.
So what I shall do is I shall try and write down instructions as to where she is by pretending that I know how to write, which I do not.
Alright. Go for it then. Have a roll.
We need one more success.
2d6, let's go.
5 and a 3.
Yeah, we did well last time.
So we succeeded.
We succeeded.
Yay!
And something good happened. So so describe the success. How do we do it? What happens?
I drew the direction. Well, sorry, I wrote the directions, and I cannot write, but apparently I can write, and so I wrote.
You tried to write directions to find Granny, but in fact, it was you writing the best birthday message ever to Granny Goblin.
That's better. I prefer
and
that.
you write it, and she's just appeared, and you're like, Granny Goblin, here! And we present the message. The other goblin covered in blue. Various bits and pieces. The Granny Goblin is fucking delighted.
Yeah, that's better. That's way better.
Final task. You're fed up with this silliness. Describe it. Go on. We're at the party still. Describe how we're going to get to this next
This
task.
party's stupid. I don't even like blue. And whose granny is this anyway? I'm a goblin and I'm built for war and things and battle and dying and stuff. Though not me, you lot maybe. So I think I'm going to lead you all on a big adventure, being the leader and all. And we should go and steal a baby, because that will show everybody that we're the biggest, baddest goblins around. Yeah.
Stage 1 is to find the manor house.
I think that the best place to find a baby is in the village. We just came from a village. It had people in it. We should go there. How do we get back? There was something about a bridge and a troll. Let's try that.
Perfect. Roll 2d6.
Something bad happened and I injured myself.
Please describe the injury and what bad happens to you. Don't die.
So we start walking down a very familiar road, and there is the bridge, right where we left it, and the spooky wood. Luckily, I know there is not a troll. So, imagine my surprise when a hand reaches out from underneath the bridge and grabs my foot. I managed to get away, but I think I'm missing a toe or two. So we're unfortunately at a -1 for the...
I am, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I will say, So we've managed to get off the bridge, good start, but we're still in the spooky wood. So, I say, okay guys, it's Squeaky Boots. I've not used our ancestral heirloom yet, so I bring forth the orc's helmet, and I go, I am going to blind myself so that I can use my sixth sense to discover which way we should go. So I jam it on, probably breaking in my nose in the process, and I spin around 4 times and go, that way! It's a minus, isn't it? So
yeah, -1.
So it's a 4 and a 3.
Okay,
so that's something good, something bad. Okay, so something bad. So I point in one direction, and we end up back at Granny's birthday party, and we have to help clean up. Boo, Granny Goblin. But I then go, okay, we went that way. So if we go the opposite way, we used to be back at the human village, and it turns out we're right. Obviously, going the opposite direction, totally fine. So we're back at the human village. It's probably nightfall by now, though, so everyone's asleep.
You have inspired me. I forgot about the heirlooms that we have, so I shall use my remarkable glasses to try and find a baby, or a baby, if you will. I shall put the glasses on now.
Death by glasses.
Oh, please smash into your face.
A 5 and a 2.
So you do
So you do injure yourself, but you get a success as well.
Fantastic. Okay. It's 4 difficulties, so we've got a load of victories to get.
Oh, yes.
So, describe the victory and describe your injury.
I find the baby! Nice, ripe baby. I have found the manor house with a nice, ripe baby. Because the glasses have let me see the baby. That is correct, right?
How did you injure yourself?
Yeah, how did you
I injured myself by being very enthusiastic with my glasses. And instead of putting them on my face the way you would normally, I put the 2 ends of the glasses directly into my eyes. So now I cannot see.
It is a manor, and it's got people in it, but I don't think it's got a baby in it. There is a manor over here, which looks really small. And babies, being small, would be in the small manor. I think we should have a look at that one.
Excellent.
A success?
Yeah?
And an injury!
Hey! So, that's 2 successes so far. We've got 4 to get. Hang on.
I clamber over the wall
Okay.
and down into the courtyard to the little manor that I have found. However, it appears to be the manor of a dog, which immediately leaps out, barking and biting me. I fall back onto the gravel drive of a larger manor. Maybe it's this one.
Oh, fantastic. I love it.
Missing 2 toes and I've got dog bites all over me.
Hang on, that 2 injuries then?
No.
It's something bad that
Bad
happens.
I see.
Yeah.
So I don't think either of these manor houses. We seem to be in a cul-de-sac of some sort. I don't even know the word cul-de-sac. I've just plucked it out of the air. I'm going to go down to the next neighbouring manor. So, and Oi's not blending in. Oi's just going to go up and knock on the door and ask if they've got a baby. So it's a minus, isn't it?
Yeah.
A 3 and a 2. So I get injuries. I'm dead.
Apparently knocking on the door is the worst thing you can do.
So I always get ready, I knock on the door, I hear footsteps. A fellow person up here. The door swings open, I have stepped too close to the door, and they've squashed me against the door frame, killing me instantly. Whilst the human inside thinks it is a prank caller, they shut the door and my crushed corpse sinks to the floor and splayed out on the doorstep.
Now that I am blind, my senses are heightened, and I can hear the sounds of a baby crying. And it is none other than the manor that has just killed my good friend by the squashing of the door. But I can hear that little baby crying. So I go up to the house. I feel around the house, and I can feel the crack of a window.
So you're gonna find the find the house.
I'm gonna crawl into the manor house through the crack. Okay. 4 and a 4.
And it's -1 to each of them.
Damn it, so
So
3 and 3.
So something bad happens twice. So you
So I
get
get a
-2 next time.
Well, the first thing is that it's very hard to find the crack because I am blind, and that is very sad. The second thing is when I do eventually find the crack, I get stuck in the crack.
Oh no.
And my bottom is hanging out for all to see. And it's very sad, and I really want to quote IT Crowd and mention that another goblin saw me and kissed me on my bottom. So now I am trapped. I am trapped in the window.
I look around with panicked eyes. What's going on? There's a gobbo stuck in the window, and I still don't think this is the right mansion. I think what this goblin heard may have been a squeaky door or something. It doesn't look like the right mansion, and there aren't bags of baby things, rubbish and stuff outside. I don't think this is the right mansion. I am going to go next door. One of the last mansions around.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
It's like a fucking mansion estate, isn't it?
To a goblin, everything is a
Yeah, it's
mansion.
insane.
I thought a doghouse was a mansion.
Yeah.
So-
Come on.
No, I died.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Confidently, I clamber over the wall. I know, in my heart of hearts, in my goblin spirit, that this is the very mansion we seek. I am so convinced of this that I fail to see the swimming pool on the other side of the wall, and I plunge headfirst into it. This wouldn't be so bad if they'd filled it with water. And I crack my poor little goblin head on the concrete and expire. 2 wounds in one go.
That's brutal.
That is brutal.
Death.
So I'm now on Goblin 4 of 5, just so you know.
So am I.
Yeah. So I'm now on to why not supposed to be here, so... Seeing my fellow brethren fucking fail at going at these manor houses, I decide, I know, clearly we were in an upmarket district, correct? I goes and finds those Hollywood star type tours and grab a map. And I cross-reference the ones that we've seen, and I go, the one at the top of the hill, that's definitely got to have some babas in it. And I go to the top, and I see a big gate. It's surrounded by a big gate, and I go, I know, I've got to climb over the gate. I make sure my hat is sturdy, and I run up and grab the gate. But as I do so, I'm like, 2d6. It's a 3 and a 3. what I think is climbing up the gate. I think I'm doing something heroic, but actually I'm only 1 foot off the ground. And as I does so, I look and I see a big doggo coming towards me, and I'm like, they're my natural enemy. So I am chased by Big Doggo back down into the cul-de-sac. But luckily, escape unharmed.
Yay! Well, I am still stuck in the window.
No one's come to help you.
I have not even had one single kiss on my bottom, and it is very sad.
It's literally been minutes.
It has been minutes, and no single kiss. No single kiss of the lips on my bottom. So I decide to wiggle my bottom through the window and go and then pop, and I get through the window. I can still hear this baby crying. It is not the squeaky door.
Ooh.
2 and a 1.
Hey!
With the -2 as well.
I yanked myself out of the window, and my legs were on the other side. I yanked a bit too hard.
Oh no. I just imagine the next morning they come into like the back room and there's like a goblin, but like like splayed out. Alright.
My name's Oi!
Lovely. Oh,
Yeah.
the drooly one. No.
Sorry about that. Anyway, I have decided that the reason we are failing completely is because nobody has consulted the magic. I close my eyes, I raise my hands, and I point over there and say it's probably that one. It's definitely that one! As my finger waves over the mansion
We've actually done it.
from an open window on the top level, I hear the sound of a baba.
We found the manor house. We completed.
That's stage 1, that's not the hard stage.
I know. So we regroup thanks to
Oi!
Thanks to Oi's magical, mysterious, mystic GPS thing. Again, something my previous predecessor talked about briefly before they died. And we see the manor house, but it clearly is well protected, like Forks Knox or another goblin that works, something like that. So I say, guys, we need to break in. So what about if you guys go that way, I go distract the guards, the human guards that seem to be on this manor house. It looks like, I'd say it looks like the medieval version of Buckingham Palace. So there are like guards and stuff with those big furry hats. So I was going to not blend in and be just like my predecessor in the sweet shop. I hear it worked once, it'll happen again. I'll just drive their attention. You get in the back way. So I rush up and I'm like, here, your hats are really silly. Look at my hat. Mine's more noteworthy than yours. Please insert down. So it's a 6 and a 5. Oh my god! Holy shit! Okay, so that's 2 successes. We need 2 more. Realistically, humans don't understand goblin speak. They just hear. So they're like, fuck, a goblin! He's got a hat! Fucking get him! So they rush after me and we basically do and we do that for at least 20 minutes. So giving my compadres plenty of time to break in as long as they don't fuck it up. Let's see. It's your go.
Bonjour. Je m'appelle... Oui. I am the French one, but I do not have an accent, so I am the goblin that was born in France but lives in England, so...
Still gotta do a goblin voice, Lucy. You can't just go back to your own voice.
Just go high pitch.
I'm doing a little French
Perfect.
goblin, okay. So now the guards are away. We will now break into the
How do we break into the house, though?
I go up to the door, I turn the door knob, and it is open.
That's the best kind of breaking in.
exactly. Yeah.
Roll 2d6.
I think it's
Hope for the
distinctly
best.
non-breaking.
3 and a 5.
3 and a 5, so 1 success.
One success.
And something bad happens. Jesus, we might actually win.
Oh, you didn't just say that, did you?
I did say that. Describe the victory, and then something bad happens.
The door was open, but the bad thing was... Okay, there was a guard there.
You're struggling with a
So
guard.
you open the door,
Yes.
and there's
So
a
we've got
guard.
way in, but there's a guard there.
There's a guard.
That's the bad thing.
Okay.
Alright, guard it is. Oi.
Right, yeah, definitely. I've seen that guard there. Don't worry, I says to her, ooh, again. And I pull out the pool ball in a sock of destiny and proceed to sock the guard round the noggin. Watch how I die.
Yeah. Sock yourself back.
Oh,
That.
it's a good thing and a bad thing, so they cancel each other out.
Damn
So,
it. Oh.
the pool ball in a sock goes whizzing round my head, 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 bang, round the guard's head. Brilliant, he's down. But unfortunately, bang, onto Oo's head, dunk, boom, onto my head. Oh no, I've knocked myself to the ground, I've knocked you to the ground, and I've knocked the guard to the ground. Devastating pool ball in a sock.
Final attack. Why they're not supposed to be here is still questioning why they're on this mission. But sees this amazing heroic act that oi and ooh.
It is wee. Wee.
I don't understand these goblins' accents.
Me
So
neither.
to finish off the guard that's now gone to the floor, but still up and still alive, I am going to headbutt him with my notable hat, the orc helmet. Come on. That's a 1 and a 2.
But you're wearing a hat, are you not?
I am wearing the hat. What's that? What's that? So before I headbutt him with the orc's hat, I then put on the boss's hat on top to look at. I guess to make it look even more scary and intimidating in the fight, so I don't die outright. Nice. That's a 3 and a 6. So we have succeeded,
Yay!
but something bad happens. So I'm going to say, so using my clever expertise with the orc's helmet, I headbutt the guard, knocking him unconscious. Unfortunately, it cracks the heirloom in half, and I am devastated and probably can't pass it on to my successor, should there be one. But wow, it's fine. I don't whine about these things. Brilliant. Final scene though, where we've got to break out with the Baba, but the misfortune is that we are attacked by Swiss when we leave. So Lucy, we found our way in, we've broken in.
Yeah.
Probably not as sneakily as we liked.
It was dead sneaky for gobbos.
Gobbos. Describe what we're up to then.
We have the baby. I really want to go into creepy voice now.
Do it.
We have the baby, and it is a very pretty, very ripe baby, and I want to eat it. But I will not eat it. That is more like love would do, and I'm not like love. But I have the baby, and it is my baby. I'm going to keep the baby. I'm going to hold the baby. So I go down the stairs with the baby. I go out. I go down the corridor. I bypass the funny-looking guards with the Marge Simpson hairstyle, weird hat things on, and I can see the door. I can see the front door in sight.
2d6, let's do this. We're going to get 5 on this one, guys.
Not a problem.
It's Lucy's going to do it, come on.
Roll 5 now. 5 dice.
1 and a 3. Probably dead.
Injury, and something bad happens.
I fall over with the baby, and I do it in such a way that my legs go over the top of my head, and I break my legs. And
Jesus
it's
Christ.
very, very sad. And the baby's been hurtled, the poor baby, and it's not good. And now the guards are alerted.
Well, We got the baby. Well, we had the baby. Then she got the baby. There's a baby on the floor. She's on the floor, but we need the baby. So I'm going to grab the baby, ignore the gobbo, and run straight for the door. No way this ends badly.
-1 to your rolls, 2d6.
2d6 -1.
That's a 1 and a 2. Oh my god.
I'm going to use the hat.
Use the hat.
Yeah, use the hat.
Oh my god, I could do. Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
Sorry, don't worry.
I'll do it next time.
You only do it when you get a die. Using the boss hat of destiny. Obviously, what actually happens is...
It's still a -2 roll, so it's a 4 and a 2, so you still get an injury.
Yeah.
But something good
But something good happens. I run down the corridor. A guard comes out to the left. I sock him with the ball and sock. Dunk. Straight through the door I go. And then, oh dear, I appear to have drooled all over my feet. I slip up on my own drool and cartwheel out into the driveway, pulling my back. Oh.
But with the baby still in hand.
Still got the baby.
Still got the baby, alright. Eyes follow carefully and sneakily, avoiding the guards somehow, but see my fellow compatriots just fuck up terribly. But I see... You're still Oi, aren't you?
Yeah, at the moment.
I see Oi slip over his own feet. The idiot. The goblin idiot. I rush ahead, pick up Baba, and as I run, I suddenly see, out of the sky, a horrible cloud covering the moon. Is it bats? Is it some sort of, I don't know, even bigger bats? No! No, it's the dreaded enemy of the goblins. It's the Swifts! No! I'm gonna dash ahead to the gates and try and get there before I get hurt by the Swifts. Technically, not using anything. So I'm gonna do 1d6.
Okay.
That is a 4.
Something good happens.
Something good happens. But no, because you had a -1 to your roll, didn't you?
No, something good happened and I injured myself.
You're right,
So you get a +1.
So we get
A success!
That's what we said. I managed to. I used the baby as a shield, and it's like that scene in The Birds, a film that goblins haven't seen yet, but it's all up here in the movie in your mind stuff, where the birds sort of attack the small goblin children. But I just use the baby, and I just hear the Swifts bounce off, and I make it to the gates, and I look back to see what the other goblins are doing. So success, and something good happens, right? I think so. So +1
Yes,
to your roll.
+1s, yeah.
So we're on stage 3. Just to
Yeah, we're on
recap.
stage 3 and we've had one success.
Yeah,
We've had one success. We've got 4 more to
So
go.
we haven't got out,
Okay.
unfortunately. No, how good we are.
We're at the
Okay.
gate.
Yeah.
So we're at the gate. Okay.
Swifts are flying.
So, right. I crawl on my broken legs.
Jesus Christ.
I crawl and use my arms. My strong arms. They're not strong, they're like twigs. They're going to snap any second. But I'm crawling along. And I can see my friends being attacked by the big black cloud, but I bravely crawl my way in, and maybe I could use myself as bait and attract the Swifts away from my friend and the Baba. Oh, actually, did I use any defining feature? I didn't really, because I'm not doing a French accent, so I might have to use one.
Yeah,
So-
well, yeah, and but don't forget you can use your hat to reroll.
Oh,
It's bad.
that's
It's
true.
bad.
Okay, yep, no problem. 5!
Yes!
Nice.
Got it.
Woo!
Excellent. Describe the victory.
I crawled, and the birds, the bastards that they are, they like the cripples. They love the cripples, and they swarm all over me. But thankfully, not pecking. They just sort of fly over me like a little cloud. But it's threatening. My friend and the Baba make a little bit more progress.
Clawing out the gate.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Maybe pecked to death. Like. All right, Oi, go on. Let's do this. Got 3 more victories to go. We got this.
Right, okay. I've got a really good idea. Why don't you climb the gate? And you should distract the birds with your body. That's a brilliant idea. I also run for the gate in order that, should you perish, I will grab the Baba and climb the gate as well.
Good idea.
No.
Jesus. That's pretty bad an injury.
No, I die.
You die!
Describe your day.
I run immediately through the courtyard, drooling as I go. Spit to the left and spit to the right. Unfortunately, it seems that the Swifts have taken undue attention to me. Probably my swift movement. They immediately move away from and attack me. I've got swifts in me ears, I've got swifts up me nose, I think I've got one in me bum, I don't know, it's horrible, it's horrible. Oh, I'm just getting to the babber, I fall down and throw my sock with a ball into the air. Hopefully my final compadre will pick it up and carry on.
And something bad happens. So
well, the ball's up in the air, I don't know where it's going to land.
God, that's so true. Perfect, okay. The Swifts are all over the manor house gardens. The guards nowhere to be seen. I see the gates and I think, I've got these. So I decide to push myself through, bringing the baba with me through the very thin rail of the gates. And hope that we both survive this. Not using anything.
How many successes have we got so far, by the way?
We've got 2.
Okay.
You need 5.
Yeah.
That's a 2.
Oh no!
My first injury. So I get through, and again, similar to one of my previous predecessors, I dislocate one of my limbs. I'm guessing it's not my arm. It's both arms. So eyes like this. The baby's still attached, but one of us is on the one side, the baby is on the other, and currently we are both stuck.
I see this, and now I am free of the Swifts. So I crawl with my arms that are so strong but really not, and they will snap at any second. Oh, they're so haggard, but I just crawl, and then I think, maybe I should try and write down a plan. So I get a piece of paper that I was hiding within my skin, because, you know, us goblins, we always carry a pen and paper, and I do, and I write it down, but not really writing it, because I have no idea how to read or write. But I'm making it, I understand in my own brain. It makes me feel better that I have control over the situation, and I crawl towards my friend who is now trapped in the gate with Baba.
2d6. How did we end up here?
Fuck my life.
Fuck my goblin life.
5 and 3.
So, success.
Something bad happens.
Something bad happens. Ooh. Right, describe the victory, and then describe what happens.
Go up to my friend, and I use my strong arms to push her through. I push, and she gets a little bit of the way through the gate. Just that bit more. She's got one arm through, one arm still trapped, but she's there. She's getting there. The bad thing that happens to me is that I am still fucking trapped on this fucking place, and I cannot walk, and my legs are broken, and I am very sad right now. Ugh.
Brilliant. Alright, Oi, go on, 2 success. Two victories we need. Let's do this.
I'm Zog.
Oh, you're Zog now, yes, of course.
I'm Zog.
Zog just appears.
Yeah. Well, he grabs the pool ball in a sock from the air and he saunters along. Frankly, he doesn't hold with this whole getting a baby malarkey or anything else these goblins are doing.
No, you're not
it makes no sense to him whatsoever. It's all a bit of a lark or something. He just wants to open the gate and go home. He's had enough of this whole thing.
I know the non-conformist goblin.
Open the gate!
No, it's 2 sixes.
Oh my god!
Describe the end of this quest.
So I'll just walk up, and there's a goblin stuck in a gate, and there's another goblin stuck to that goblin, and one of the goblins is holding a baby which is just shouting and screeching. I don't know what's going on really, and frankly I don't care. I push the gate which swings wide open, and I leave the goblins and the baby stuck to the gate and saunter off down the hill because, you know, frankly, I'm a nonconformist.
What an ending. Fantastic.
Oh, well done.
So the final bit we have to do is the epilogue.
Oh God, can we die in that too?
So, we're going down in history. No matter what you did, the goblins are going to talk about you for weeks to come. Maybe even months. Yours will be a story of greatness, of creatures that were fed up with their lot in life and decided to strike out and claim their own destinies. So taking turns to pick another player's goblin, dead or alive, probably dead, and say what the other goblins will whisper about them around the trash fires in the coming nights. So we can just do one. So you can pick one random one if you like. So, Dean, as you won, you can pick either me or Lucy to talk about.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I remember love. Who doesn't remember love? What's a goblin? She managed to eat more sweets than any goblin before or since. And even though she tried desperately not to swallow, well, it just wasn't in her nature, was it? But yeah, goblins will definitely be talking about her for some time to come.
The goblins on the trash fire are like, yes, we remember love. You know, drinking slime juice.
One for me, and one for me homies.
Lucy, would you like to pick a random goblin from me or Dean?
All I will hear now when I fall asleep. It'll haunt my dreams for the rest of my life. I love Wen in her squeaky boots.
When they're not supposed to be here.
But she always will be in our hearts.
It's always supposed to be there. Yeah! I'm glad we're here together, friends and goblin friends and subordinates. We're here today to remember Git, who said that thing. Clearly, delusions of grandeur, not all there, few screws loose of a picnic, all those phrases. But a leader when necessary and took up the post and, frankly, had great ideas. He listened to other people with their ideas.
Who's frankly?
Listened to other people's ideas and said, that's a good idea. Here's my idea, which is exactly like that idea. But because I said it, we shall follow it. And that was all you needed. Goblin bless Git, who said that thing.
Yay! Hey!
And that is Goblin Quest.
Hey!
Good job, guys.
The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded and edited by me, Fiona Howat. Its episode's players were Lucy Eyre-Tanner, Dean Horn and myself, Fiona Howat. Its episode's RPG one-shot was Goblin Quest, created by Grant Howat. You can support Grant on Patreon. Go to www.patreon.com/GSHowat, spelled HOWITT. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at WAIR_podcast for the latest news on upcoming episodes. Remember, adventurers need not apply.